Hi there, Michael Griffiths here, founder of Referral Marketing Guru, and welcome to this Get More Referrals Today podcast. There are two ways of getting referrals: hope and luck strategy, Million Dollar Referral System. What I want to go through with you today are the three biggest problems that I constantly see and why so many people have to fall back into the hope and luck referral strategy rather than actually having a system that's going to help them to generate referrals on a consistent basis. There are very simply three key things. And when you think about it, it's not rocket science. But what it is actually consciously being aware of what we're doing and what we're not doing. So let's get ourselves stuck into these three things. As always, I want this podcast to be something which you take away, do activities, and actually change and implement. It's not something just to listen to go, oh, well, that was a nice 7-10 minutes, and do nothing with it. I want you to pose questions to yourself. Am I doing it the right way? How do I do it better? What could I tweak or change? Because when you do those sorts of things, this becomes valuable and worth listening to every week. But if you just listen for the sake of listening, it's not going to help you. So mistake number one that we constantly see all the time, and that is not identifying who really should be your partners. We live in a world where we want to be connected. We want to feel loved. We want to be around others. And that's fantastic, but that doesn't mean that you should become a referral partner with someone just because you like them. If someone doesn't have the same target audience that you have, if they don't sell to the same sorts of people that you sell to, if you don't have the same mindset or values, don't try it out. It's not going to work. So find and identify the right sorts of partners. Now, as we continue with that, once you find someone, if you start off and we're a month, 2 months, 3 months down the track, if you're not getting referrals because you've done these other two things that we're going to talk about shortly, if you're not getting referrals at least every second week, preferably weekly, it's not going to work. So get rid of it and go and find a better person. The success of your partner channel comes down to how well do you identify. Now, to begin with, you're probably not going to identify very well at all. And that's just simply because you haven't had the practice. You haven't been able to identify hundreds of people, in our case, up into the thousands of people, to be able to work out what are you actually looking for. What are the telltale signs that someone's going to be good versus someone who's not going to be good? And they're different for every single person. So there's no point me giving you a list going, these are my telltale signs, because they're not going to be the same for you. But when you're super clear on who you want to identify, it becomes so much easier to go and find them. So that starts with you understanding who's your ideal client. What are their demographics? Where else do they spend money? What are their needs, wants, frustrations, desires? Once you understand that about your own person, it makes it so much easier to then go out and go, great, who else has these sorts of people too? When you identify, get out of the box. There are always 2 or 3, maybe 4 industries that are natural fits for you. That's what everyone else is going out and finding. Get outside of that box. Use those 3 or 4 at the very end, if at all. There are so many more opportunities out there that we don't take because we don't identify properly. Second of the biggest mistakes, communication. This is like a marriage. This is like you've got a partner for life. Well, with your partner for life, you don't just talk to them whenever you feel like it. You speak to them on a consistent basis. You plan with them. You understand each other's vision. You understand the path that each other wants to take. Unfortunately, that's what you're getting into here. That's what makes it successful, when you've got consistent communication. And that's why when we talk about our structures and our agendas for talking with our partners, we know that that's why it works. And it's so much more powerful than turning up to a B&I meeting, then turning up to a Chamber of Commerce, then turning up to referral group type meetings, because they don't have that structure that we're put in place. Sure, there is structure there, don't get me wrong. But half the time you're turning up talking to people who, A, are never going to pass referrals to you, another quarter don't like you, you don't like another quarter of them, and you're left with 2 or 3 people. If you don't communicate in an effective and often way, you are not going to get referrals. Plain and simple. And that's why following our agenda in our referral teams is so important. If you think that just being able to shoot off an email once every couple of weeks, or jumping on the phone every 30, 60, 90 days, let's have a coffee catch up for 60 minutes and waste 60 minutes of our lives with no real strategy that comes after it. Unfortunately, that's what happens in the hope and luck strategy right now. So we have to understand how to communicate more effectively. And if you've got referral partners right now, you need to ask yourself, how well am I communicating with those partners? More than likely, you could be doing a better job. Every day of the week, one of our key activities is to speak to our partners. Obviously, not all of them. We've got over 400 partners. But at least every second to third week, we've touched base with every single one of them consistently throughout the whole year. If you're only touching base with partners when you want something, you become a transaction, and your partners won't be helping you very often. So first, we don't identify our partners properly. Second, we don't communicate well enough. So let's get into the third one. Why we have hope and luck versus having $1 million referral system. And it's we don't train our partners well enough. Just imagine you're looking for a sales BDM. And I say, yep, I'll be your sales BDM. And you say, fantastic, Michael, you start Monday. And I turn up Monday, you go, I'll see you Friday. Please have 5 sales for me. How on earth am I going to be successful? I've had no training. I don't know really how to do things. I don't know enough of how you help in the solutions you offer. I don't know what I'm listening out for. I don't have case studies to be able to share. Real simple things. Just because you understand what you do and how you do it, don't assume that your referral partners do also. Because the majority of the time, they've got no clue what you do or how you do it. Sure, they've got an understanding of how the mortgage broker does things, how the business coach does things, how the sales consultant does things. That doesn't mean that that's how you do it. And unless you take the time to train your referral partners, please don't expect referrals, at least quality referrals, to be coming to you on a consistent basis. And that's where we use our referral training manual. You can get that off the resource page, which I'll share with you at the very end. But you need to be able to train partners if you expect then your partners to be providing you with quality referrals on a consistent basis. So, quick recap. The majority of the time we don't identify proper partners. For a better language, we just jump into bed far too soon. Therefore, we don't treat this as if it's our lifelong partner. We don't communicate effectively, if at all. We don't share visions. We don't share strategies. We don't share communication often enough to build the trust and the relationship to then get the end outcome that we want. And we don't train people enough in terms of how they could best help us. We just assume because, hey, we know it, they should know it too. You fix those 3 things, you'll be amazed at the different result you end up getting in getting your referrals. As I mentioned, one of the resources, our referral training manual, sits on our resource page. referral marketing guru, it's spelt over my shoulder there, .com.au/resources. And there's a whole bunch of great resources, including our latest online workshop that we recorded from the other week. That is 90 minutes of being able to build your $1 million referral system. Well worth having a watch. Till next time, take care. Look forward to being able to speak to you real soon, and have a fantastic week.